In the far north of England, near the Scottish border, stands Chillingham Castle. It is a fortress of heavy stone, iron gates, and a history of bloodshed. It is often called the most haunted castle in Britain. But of all its dark corners, the torture chamber, the dungeon, the hanging trees, none were more feared than the Pink Room. For centuries, guests who stayed in this room reported the same harrowing experience. It always happened at the stroke of midnight. It didn't begin with a ghost. It began with a feeling. The temperature in the room would drop instantly to freezing cold. Then came the sound. Not a scream, but a high, thin wail of a child, echoing as if from a great distance, yet coming from right beside the bed. And then the light, a shimmering, electric blue glow, would manifest in the dark corner. Witnesses called him the Radiant Boy. He wasn't just a spook, he was an omen. Old tales warned that looking directly into the face of a glowing child meant you were destined to die a violent death. So when guests saw the blue light flare in the Pink Room, they didn't just freeze out of fear, they froze out of self-preservation. Imagine being a guest in the 1800s. You are a person of logic. You've dismissed the rumors as servant gossip. You blew out your candle and pulled up the heavy wool blankets. The castle is silent. Then the clock strikes 12. The wailing starts. Pure, unadulterated distress. But if you listen closely, underneath those cries, there's something worse. A dry, rhythmic rasping. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Like fingernails dragging against rough stone. You reach for your matches. Your hands are shaking. The match flares, and there, by the heavy oak wardrobe, you see him. A boy no older than 10, dressed in tattered blue velvet. He isn't walking. He is suspended in the air. His face is a mask of terror. As you watch, the light around him flares, a blinding cold cerulean blue. He looks towards the wall, fading into the 10-foot thick stone as if he were melting into it. Then, total darkness. For generations, families dismissed this as castle nerves. They told themselves it was just a story. That is, until the 1920s. During a period of restoration, the Earl of Tankerville ordered repairs on the Pink Room. The walls here are massive, built to withstand medieval sieges. But the mortar was crumbling. Workmen began to pull back the heavy stones near the exact spot where the Radiant Boy always appeared. As the first layer of rock came away, they realized the wall wasn't solid. There was a hollow space, a cavity that shouldn't exist. Inside, they found the source of the legend. It was the skeleton of a small boy. But the position of the body told a horrific story. He was standing upright. Historical records suggest he had been placed there alive. This is a method of execution known as immemorant, walling someone in. And the physical evidence matched the ghost story perfectly. They found scraps of decaying blue velvet cloth, the blue boy's clothes. They found a stash of rotted documents at his feet, suggesting he wasn't just a victim, he was evidence. He likely held a secret, perhaps regarding the Spanish Armada, or a family inheritance that someone wanted buried. But the most chilling detail was his hands. When they examined the skeleton, they found the finger bones were worn down to the nubs. The scratch marks were found on the inside of the stone wall. For days, perhaps a week or more, that child had stood in the dark, scratching at the stone, trying to claw his way out, while life continued in the room on the other side. The Earl ordered the bones to be removed. They were given a proper Christian burial in the local churchyard, known as the Hanging Chantry. They say that once the remains were consecrated and laid in the earth, the Radiant Boy of Chillingham finally went dark. The wailing stopped, the blue light vanished. But the Pink Room is still there. You can visit it today, and while the ghost may be gone, the horror remains. When you stand in the room and look at the rough patch in the stone where the wall was opened, you aren't just looking at architecture, you are looking at a tomb. At Chillingham, the ghosts weren't just stories. They were waiting to be found. Don't worry about the noise you just heard in your house. I'm sure it is just your house settling.